Good morning, everyone. This is Kendall Askins from Stimulating Minds. Askins stimulates over on Instagram. Like, follow, subscribe for more content. And I am joining you another Wednesday morning to talk about some topics that I feel are important, or topics that, we're all kind of going through. So last week, we talked about pushing through the pain. And we really we focused more so on why it's important to push through the pain. And I promised that this week we would talk about how to push through the pain. So I want to jump right into it because I have some lengthy things for us to really talk about. So when pushing through the pain, how, that is a huge piece that sometimes we miss. I think that it's very easy for us to listen to videos and things that tell us to do something, but we often don't discuss, well, how do I actually do that? And I think that a lot of people struggle with that. So the first thing I am going to say for how you push through your pain is to face it. We often try to escape pain and try to run from what does not feel good. And so I am going to say, face it. Do not avoid it. Avoiding your pain prolongs it and drags it out. But when you face it, even though it does not feel good, it allows you to move through it at a much faster pace. Good morning, everyone. The second thing that you want to do in order to push through your pain is to get your mind right. In order to get your mind right, I would recommend, again, this is not the first time I'm bringing it up, meditating. Meditating allows you to face your thoughts. It allows you to clear your mind. It allows you to be present in the actual moment. And many times when we meditate and we just sit in a moment, it will bring a rush of those things. And so to push through, that is definitely one of the things that you want to do. You want to get your mind right through meditating. By getting your mind right, you can then get your thoughts right. Okay. And when you get your thoughts right, what I mean when I say get your thoughts right is thinking about what are we feeding our thoughts. Feed them positive things. This does not mean that you are not being realistic, but this means that you are being, optimistic around that situation and that that you will get through it. We do not give our thoughts enough credit. Our thoughts are extremely, extremely powerful. And the way that you get your thoughts right is you're very intentional about the things that you are watching, seeing, right? From the videos that you are allowing into your spirit, to the TV shows, to the reels, to what you are reading on social media, right? Those things are all things that get into your thoughts. The people that you hang around, the material that you're reading, the music that you're listening to, all of these are things that are pouring into your spirit. And if you want to get your thoughts right, you want to be extremely intentional about what you are allowing in your spirit. And sometimes we push those things off as if they're not a big deal, but they are a very big deal. So people's energy, that will pour into your spirit, and that will have an effect on your thoughts, what you read, what you watch. And so you want to make sure that you are feeding yourself positive things, empowering things, and that you are allowing your thoughts to be put in the right direction. And then you want to, as you're trying to figure out how to push through the pain, you want to get to the root. What is the root? What created this, right? And when you think about what created this, you want to think, am I dealing with something spiritual? Is this a spiritual warfare, right? Am I dealing with something that is trying to stop me because I'm on the right track? Or am I dealing with something that is self-created? Did I create this? And the way that you can identify whether or not you've created it, or if you're dealing with spiritual warfare, is how you are behaving. Are you acting in love, right? Are you behaving in love? Are you coming from a spirit of peace? And that does not mean that you're tolerating just anything. It does not mean that you're just allowing people to treat you any type of way. But what is driving the decisions you're making? Is it a hateful, vengeful, bitter, angry spirit that's driving decisions that you're making? Or are you acting from a space of love and allowing God to guide you in your footsteps, or whatever being you believe in? What is guiding you? And so as you are asking yourself those questions and as you are moving through that space, that is what's going to tell you, are you dealing with a spiritual warfare, or are you dealing with something self-created? Because if you are acting in a spirit of love and you are allowing this higher power to guide your footsteps and you are experiencing hardship, then that is probably you're dealing with spiritual warfare. But if you are acting in a spirit of vengeance and hate and bitterness and angry, then you are probably creating some of your pain. And once you're able to identify that root, then you are able to then create or take action to be able to move through that. Okay. And then the last thing is, don't do it alone. You are not alone. And there are different ways that you can address that. So you can be in therapy, right? If therapy is taboo to you and you don't feel, or you haven't found a therapist that works for you, you can go again with your village. Who are you surrounded by? If you are finding that the people you are surrounded by are not on the same vibration or moving at that same pace that you're trying to go, then honestly, the last person, or I mean, this is not the last, the first, is that higher power you believe in. For me, it's God, always first and foremost. But sometimes as we're pushing through the pain, we want something that's tangible, right? Somebody that we can feel that we're actually talking to. So depending on your spiritual journey, you may still feel alone, even though you're tapping into that higher source. So my recommendation again is therapy, always first and foremost. Those are professionally trained people that can help you tap into some of the things that you're feeling. But the higher power that you believe in should always be the source of your strength, right? So tapping into that higher power will allow you to push through. So again, face it, get your mind right through meditating, make sure that your thoughts are positive and being fed positive things, get to the root, and don't do it alone. That is how you push through the pain. I hope this was a video that was impactful. And if it was, please like this, share it, subscribe to our channels, drop comments. How have you pushed through a pain? Are you currently going through something that you're pushing through? Share it out. This is a great community. Love you all. And I will see you back here next Wednesday for more fun. Bye.